The following is a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about them Cowboys?
Yeah! Go Cowboys!
Blowing out of the backfield, exploding down the sideline.
This is Hangin' with the Boys, presented by Wingstop, where flavor gets its wings. Now, your hosts, Jesse Holley, Kurt Daniels, and Nate Newton.
What's going on across the sea? It ain't nothing, I ain't frontin', y'all are coming with me. That's a live look at the Tostitos Championship Plaza outside.
Don't start today,
in front
man.
of the Ford Center,
Hey,
where it is where it is cold outside. And if you look at the monitor to your left, you see those fake snow flurries? It's really snow flurries out there today.
Let me explain how we got to the snow flurries on the monitor.
So as we're preparing to go on, Chris puts up the shot and he goes, man, this shot doesn't really give us the feel of what the snow flurries out. Doesn't do it justice. And Nate says, look at the screen right there to the right. The snow flurries. I was like, those are fake snow flurries, Nate. And he was like, oh, hell, you could have confused me. So that is Uncle Nate for you right there. Cowboys
from Florida.
Yeah, he's from Florida. So what do you expect? Cowboys getting ready to take
going home after the show. That's what you can expect.
Take on the Philadelphia Eagles this Saturday. Some things have changed in that football game, and some players may or may not be in there. Does that change what you think? This segment is brought to you by Wingstop, where flavor gets his wings. That is Nate Newton. He is Kurt Daniels. I am Jesse Holley. Together, we are hanging with the boys.
You something else today. Explain.
The sports talk equivalent braille. People feel us when we speak.
We feel it that hat.
You like my hat?
Yeah, we feel it that hat.
Oddly enough, I'm going to be honest with you guys, because we're family. I stole this hat.
Oh.
This hat is stolen.
Okay. How is this hat stolen?
So when Holly's Helping Hands went to the Walmart to get toys for the kids, I saw the hat on the shelf and I liked it. Yeah. And I put it on. And I had every intention to pay for the hat.
Until you got home.
Until I got home and realized
I still have the hat on.
I didn't pay for the hat. And if you watch the video, I actually had a different hat on when the video started. The first video that I put out, I had like a snowman hat on. Yeah. And then I saw this one and I switched. And I got so caught up in the mix of what was going on. I mean, come on, the Waltons, you guys don't do your employees well anyway, so you can spare a couple $2 for this hat. I mean, I'm not hurting the bottom line of the Waltons, right?
Probably
Am
not.
I?
I doubt it.
Probably not. But
two of them own franchises in the NFL.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh, you're talking about the big dog Waltons.
The Waltons.
Yes. I mean, if they let Wilson get over on them, come on, man.
If he's stealing, why can I not steal?
Right.
I mean, what's the difference?
No, that's funny,
You know?
Nate.
Yeah.
Shoot.
He steals every day.
He steals every day. He shows up and steals. I left.
He runs up and down planes, so I'm staying in shape.
I actually spent a lot of money in that store, so this is kind of like my parting gift.
Okay.
Pro
Buy
Bowl
one, get one free.
The 5-finger discount. Pro Bowl votes have come out. The Cowboys have, you know how many they have?
7.
7.
Mm-hmm.
The lucky number 7. Trayvon Diggs, CeeDee Lamb, Tank Lawrence, Zach Martin, Micah Parsons, Tony Pollard, KaVontae Turpin.
It's a little bit of a surprise, I think.
I guess, but I'm excited. Like, to me, out of all those names, and congratulations to all of the Pro Bowlers on this list. But the two names that for me that stick out the most is Tony Pollard, which is absolutely great because you want nothing more in a contract year to go than to be selected for the Pro Bowl.
That's right.
Now, you want nothing more, and he's about like 20-something yards away from reaching 1,000 yards this season. So getting 1,000 yards, getting selected to the Pro Bowl in a contract year, that's like the trifecta.
Yeah. How many yards he caught out the backfield? That's where he's underused.
He might be 1,000, running, and then probably somewhere around 400 or 500 receiving, probably with something like that. But to me, KaVontae Turpin is the
1,279 scrimmage yards.
So about 200-something yards receiving.
310 receiving.
310 receiving yards. So, he's still got a chance to maybe get to 500. Yeah.
They need to use him, boy.
But to me, KaVontae Turpin is the one. Nate, as someone who's been the underdog, me, someone who's been the underdog, think about it. In the last 12 months, KaVontae Turpin's gone from not being in football to playing in the USFL to being the USFL MVP to then signing on with the Dallas Cowboys and not really understanding or knowing what his status was going to be. Because sometimes they say, like, he's signing for a 2-year deal, whatever that deal. A lot of that stuff is fluff for guys like KaVontae Turpin, and when they cut you, it's a very minimal cost amounts for the team. To trying to find your way into having a spectacular preseason, now finding himself at the Pro Bowl. And those bonuses for a guy like KaVontae Turpin that comes along with going to the Pro Bowl, I mean, it may not sound like much, but you're talking about maybe another, $75,000 to $100,000, if not more. Then you add on the snaps accounts. Then you add on there's all those little things behind the closed doors that Todd Williams writes into those contracts that we don't really get a chance to see. That when a guy goes to the Pro Bowl, and for him, going to the Pro Bowl in your first year, kind of in the National Football League, that kind of sets you up a little bit. That kind of sets you up for maybe hey, I can stick around for maybe another 2-3 years, but you get a Pro Bowl. Another 2 or 3 years, teams will give you a shot.
And beg to get into the wide receiver. Beg now coach, come on, man. Let me get into that wide receiver room. Let me get some of that knowledge. Talk to the wide receiver coach. He show up one morning, during the off season, just coming over to see what's going on. You be sitting at his door like, hey man, I've been waiting on you. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm with you. All you need is for the door to be cracked open, and great things can happen, man. And now you just got to show a willingness, man, because he's smart. He had one little ugliness, but other than that, he's shown to be consistent. And I love a guy that don't let the ball hit the ground on punts. And he try his best not to let that ball hit the ground on punts.
Do you like the team having a return specialist only? Because I was trying to remember the last time they've had a guy that was pretty much strictly a return guy.
In today's NFL, when you got one, he's got to be unique, and we have a unique one. You got to be unique because, like Jess said, and we always talk about positions are too precious now.
Yep.
Like the injuries, the wide receiver thing we went through, and now the offensive line thing, now the defensive. You a specialist. Oh, I just do this. Oh, you got to be special.
That was kind of my worry or wonder was that receiver room's getting real crowded. Can you afford to keep just a return specialist these days? But obviously, like you said, they have a good one. So.
I mean, when you look at KaVontae Turpin, especially when you're talking about getting into the playoffs, it's those hidden yardage that most people don't understand. Miss. It's, can I flip the field? And at any given time, do I have the ability to, bust off a 40, 50, 60-yard one? And for KaVontae Turpin, he has that special ability, top 5 in both kickoff return and punt return. I think he's the only one in the National Football League that is top 5 in both of those categories. So having a specialist definitely –
he looked by how he looked by. Excuse me.
God don't like ugly. Be careful now.
I was born that way, so anyway. Look here. He about like your outfit. He's electric. Believe that.
You got on red too.
You got red too.
No, I'm looking at your hat and that right there, and what you got on your wrist. Yeah, you electric today,
Thank you,
bro.
man. I wanted to make sure I was in a Christmas spirit today, man.
So we was banking since both of us had on red.
I know.
We thought and don't worry, Chris already had shot you down.
I knew it.
Yeah, he already had sniped you down.
I put on the warmest thing I could find today.
But let's be honest, Kurt. Like, you're not the most colorful dressing person that we have.
It's blue and black and gray.
Your tones are very.
I know.
Your tones are very straight, man. You're
I need to expand a little there?
I mean, you can get a little freaky with the colors. You know what I'm saying, Kurt? Like, there's nothing wrong with it.
How about when you were younger? Was you like that when you was younger?
Probably. You didn't worry about what you wore as much then or whatever. You just, I don't know.
All right.
Of course, we do work for the Cowboys, which is blue and gray, so silver.
No, don't try to pass that off.
I'm just saying my wardrobe is silver, whatever. I do have a normal, higher than normal.
There's a lot of people upstairs who work for the Cowboys who don't only wear blue, gray, and white, or silver and white.
I'm
it's
sorry.
at least Christmas, okay? That you see, I'm always into some type of cowboy gear, but it's Christmas. You got to liven up a little bit.
I'm sorry. I said, I just grabbed the warmest thing. What's Chris got on today? He's out here throwing shade at me.
Chris, come in here when you get a chance.
We're all consistent in what we do. Nate's always going to have his shirt tucked in, always. Mm-hmm. Your shirt tucked in today?
I need to leave it out. Yeah, it's tucked in.
It's always going to be tucked in. It's like, I think you do it now like it's second nature.
Yeah,
you don't even think about it. You're going to tuck yours in.
You know who I got that from?
I don't.
Tommy Agee, fullback for the Cowboys back in the day. We used to be getting dressed, and Tommy Agee would come out. He'd have the wife beat a T-shirt on, right?
Yep.
And he'll have it pulled all the way through his underwear, his pants, and it'll be coming out. And then sometimes we even pull his dress shirt, and it'll be coming out. I'm like, Tommy, what you doing? You got to be tough. I said, you going to pull it all the way through your underwear? Like, top, back, and front. I said, okay, all right. So I started doing it a little bit, and it stuck.
Yeah, you tuck it away. That's for sure. All right. Nate, yesterday we didn't get a chance to talk about it. Two things we didn't get a chance to talk about yesterday, but one of them was something that you kind of alluded to in the break, and that was about yesterday about the Cowboys changing the practice schedule and how that might be a bad thing for the Cowboys. I get it. We're on a short week. You lose a day because you're playing on Saturday instead of playing on Sunday, and then you have to turn around and play again on Thursday. Just kind of elaborate to the folks on air why you felt that changing the practice schedule was a bad thing.
This is what I believe.
The children are our future.
Is you have
and let them lead the way.
You have to stay regimented. Guys have to know where they stand, how they do it. But I understand in the new NFL, if you play at night, you want to probably practice at night. No, just stay on your schedule. Mm-hmm. And then when the schedule dictates that you break away from it, like a short week, now you still keep your same practice time, but maybe practice is shorter. I think a lot of guys are getting injured in practice and not ready for games because your body can't get acclimated to one way of doing things. Yeah. People, and I'm glad they don't do this. I'm saying this beforehand. But even when we won Super Bowls, our regiment didn't change. Even when we went on the road a week ahead of time, our regiment didn't change. Get guys going in the right direction with the weight program, with the conditioning, and how you practice.
Do you like how they hear that McCarthy changed things in December, lightened the load?
It's okay to lighten the load, but still, on Mondays, be here. On Tuesdays, be here. Not, okay, next week we're going to be not here Tuesday and Wednesday. We're going to be over here Thursday and Friday. We're going to, keep some type of regiment. And that's just Nate. This ain't where, this ain't the way it's supposed to be. It's just the way I feel it should be.
I think the one thing, and I agree with you, Nate, because football, and I think pro sports in general, it's a routine thing.
Yeah.
And what ends up happening is your body begins to kind of just self-regulate. Like even now, like I'm on break, but I'm so used to getting up every day at 5 a.m. That even on break, where I don't have to set, like I don't even set an alarm.
Right.
Even when I don't have to get up that early to start my day because I have more free time in the day, the body still goes, we're getting up at 5, bro. I don't care what's happening after this.
Right.
We've been getting up at 5. And so the same thing happens, when you're playing football or basketball or baseball or whatever it may be, your body gets used to knowing, all right, I know after this beatdown,
right,
I'm going to have this time to recover and then this time to recover. And then it begins to expect those things in the recovery part. And when you start throwing kind of curveballs in it, especially multiple curveballs in it throughout the year, it throws it off a little bit.
Right.
And mentally, guys, I can't really explain it, but just mentally it throws you off.
Yeah.
Because you're used to a certain, I know what my body going to feel like on Monday. And I know, right, Nate, you know what your body's going to feel like on Monday.
Right.
Barring any extra injury. You're like, I know my back gonna hurt. I know this ankle gonna be. I know that foot.
On turf, both my knees.
Yeah, you know what to expect on Monday, and then you know what to expect on Tuesday, and then you say, all right, as long as I get up ready to go by Wednesday, which is the tough day normally, then I know what I could be on Thursday. I know how I'm supposed to feel Friday, Saturday, heading into that game on Sunday.
Do guys come in on Monday and run? Remember how you used to come in on Monday?
Flush the system and
do that. Yeah. Do guys? Chris, do guys do that on a regular basis now, where they come in on Mondays?
They're required to come in Monday, I think, and do some of that.
Yeah, just I think get the body moving, flush, get the blood flowing, stuff like that. All right,
I believe this week they did have Monday off, but I went over there and I did see the players coming out of the Ford Center. So.
Yeah, that's.
It's not required, but they can do it. Now, injured players have to come in.
Right.
Is the Saturday game cause any? Because they're so used to Sundays or Monday or even a Thursday.
My recovery time, the
older you are.
Yeah, like your body is used to a certain amount of days, a certain amount. Again, I got acupuncture on Monday. I got this on Tuesday. I got this on Wednesday. I see the chiropractor on Thursday, the masseuse on Friday. Now, all that has to be shifted and changed, and now your body's like, wait, no, today we're supposed to get we usually get this today.
Right.
No, not tomorrow. And so again, all that is where you can get a little bit, and maybe it's just in our heads, but such is life. All right, we're gonna go to our first break. When we come back from the break, there will be a significant player, according to Coach, that will not be playing in this game. One, do you continue to prepare for the guy who they say may or may not miss, or do you turn your attention to focus on the other guy, and how much does it matter? Stay right here with us. This is Hanging with the Boys. We'll be right back.
Significant players, Jonathan.
I'm Dak Prescott, quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys. Blockchain.com is one of the most trusted ways to buy, sell, and trade crypto. Whether you're always on the go or stay closer to home, Blockchain.com is just a few taps away. Put the power of crypto in your pocket, so no matter where you are, you can trade on your terms and build a crypto portfolio to fit your life. For crypto pros, rookies, and anyone in between, Blockchain.com makes it easy to own a piece of the future. Blockchain.com, trusted by millions, trusted by America's team.
SeatGeek has your back no matter what kind of fan you are. So whether you're a diehard fan or a don't really care fan, a we got 'em next time fan or we'll never win again fan, a here for the tailgate fan or a first one through the gates fan, SeatGeek not only makes buying and selling tickets easier than ever before, they made just about everything else easier too. So whether you're a here every week fan or haven't been here in years fan, SeatGeek has you covered. Download the SeatGeek app today. SeatGeek, your ticket to great seats.
Star Sports Tours is the only official fan travel partner of the Dallas Cowboys, offering exclusive game weekend travel packages with pre-game sideline access and photo ops with current players, cheerleaders, and Cowboy legends. You want to stay at a team hotel, attend the best tailgate party in Texas, tour the Star, and talk X's and O's with me, Everson Walls? With Star Sports Tours, you can. Visit cowboystravel.com to book your travel package today.
Hey Cowboys fans, ready to spice up your next watch party? Bring Yo Quiero guacamole and be the game day hero. Yo Quiero means I want, and we know you want great, fresh-tasting, ready-to-serve guacamole for your home gating and tailgating events. Made with real avocados and the perfect blend of spices, it will be the star of any party. You can find us at your local Albertsons or Tom Thumb in the deli section. If you can't find it, talk to your store manager and tell them, Yo Quiero guacamole.
Back to Hanging with the Boys.
Welcome back to Hanging with the Boys, the most viewed YouTube show across the Dallas Cowboys podcast platform by not 25,000, not 50,000, not 75,000, the most views by 100,000. We are the number one show via YouTube. That's because of you, and we thank you for that. This segment is brought to you by blockchain.com. Santa at the Star. Get your holiday photos with Santa at the Star, presented by Monument Realty. Santa Claus will be at his cowboy-themed cottage at the Star District across from Ascension through December 24th. Visit thestardistrict.com/Santa for more information. I keep telling myself that I need to pre-read these reads before I get on air, but I never do it. I trust my public school education, and I trust my public school college education that I'm going to get through them. And sometimes they catch me up. Cowboys, Eagles, this Sunday, 3:25 at AT&T Stadium. You know, what's funny about this whole matchup is coming out to be earlier in the year, the Philadelphia Eagles took on the Dallas Cowboys in Philadelphia. It was absent of one Dak Prescott. And Philadelphia came in and, Philadelphia at home took care of business and won that football game. And everybody and everything was leading up to this moment. Christmas Eve. We had come to the conclusion that it was Philadelphia and it was Dallas that were going to be the spearheading this NFC East division into the playoffs. And Philly just continued to grow and grow and grow and grow and grow. And they went from being, maybe second in this division to now being not only first in this division, but also kind of up there in the power rankings across the National Football League as being one of the best teams in the National Football League. And we all said to ourselves, man, December 24th, we cannot wait for that matchup. But between the last time the Cowboys played until this time when the Cowboys played the Philadelphia Eagles, the Eagles have only lost one football game, and the Cowboys have kind of been through their up and down situation. Interesting thing about this game, the Philadelphia Eagles will now be without their starting quarterback. I'm going to say allegedly.
Not buying it totally.
Coach Nick Sirianni came out this morning and said it's unlikely that Jalen Hurts will play this Saturday versus the Dallas Cowboys. Now, according to the injury report, he is still not ruled out. Yeah. So if you are Mike McCarthy, if you are Dan Quinn, are you preparing your team or your defensive scheme to still stop the style of what you saw earlier this year and what you've seen all this year of what Jalen Hurts does? Or are you shifting your attention now to Gardner Minshew, who is a decent quarterback? Gardner Minshew is not a regular just backup guy, hopes to kind of keep things together. Gardner Minshew has won games as a starter in the National Football League. Or option C, you're doing a mixture of both. You're preparing for Jalen Hurts all the while preparing for Gardner Minshew. Nate.
I'm preparing for Jalen Hurts. I'm preparing because they're not going to get away from who they are. They're going to still do a little bit of who they are. In Gardner, they'll let him throw the ball probably a little bit more, but they have one thing on their mind when they look at the film. Like every team that's walked in here, they got one thing on their mind. They're gonna be like paratroopers running off that plane and running the ball. I'm serious. I love how you led up to this, but brother, these folks looking at 200 yards, 150 yards, 170 yards, 192 yards. Oh, and all of that's running? Oh, and they can score from running? They are coming in here to run that football, bro.
Kurt, go ahead.
Do you think the offense would change a lot with the two quarterbacks?
They would give Boston Scott the ball a little bit more. The other running back, they would probably throw to him coming out of the backfield a little bit more.
Less RPOs maybe or something like that.
Right.
And to Nate's your interesting point, the Cowboys defense in the last two games have given up 31.5 points. They've allowed teams to be 56% on third down conversions, and his defense has only, think about it, wait a second now. This defense in the last two games has only gotten one sack. And so to your point, Nate, they're coming in saying, y'all been
Oh no!
Stop!
Y'all been giving it up in the run game. Y'all been giving it up on third downs.
If you got to be almost not. You got to don't watch film. You can't watch film. Even in the passing session, when they go, you know how you have on defense they have the passing.
Mm-hmm.
Still, it's runs mixed in there. I ain't trying to be funny, but how can you ignore it?
Yeah. Can this defense stop them?
That's a great question, and the answer is unknown.
Even if they sell out to stop the run, can they stop the run?
And see, that's another thing. You think Jalen Hurts and his I don't want to call it limited. But Gardner Minshew will throw that football now.
He can throw, yes.
Like, so if you think you're gonna sell out to stop the run, you still got to deal with Devontae Smith and AJ Brown and Quez Watkins and so that's another thing. If you
Goddard coming back, Dallas
Goedert, yes, excuse me, forgot about him.
Yeah.
Dallas Goedert coming back. So that is the problem. This is the problem that the Philadelphia Eagles present. They did such a great job with the team building of this roster to where they have, if any, very little weaknesses offensively and defensively. Because if you think, hey, we're going to sell out to stop the run, cool, that's fine. Then I'll take Dallas Goedert over whoever your linebacker or safety is. I got an elite receiver in A.J. Brown who can catch slants, hitches, posts, deep routes. He has A.J. Brown has a little bit of that Dez Bryant in him where he's big, strong, and physical, where he can get a slant and do one of them, and he off to the races. We went and got one of the, in that draft class, one of the best route runners in Devontae Smith. We have a take the top off of a guy in a Quez Watkins. So there is no weaknesses when you look across the board for this Philadelphia Eagles team.
You're not instilling a lot of hope there.
No, it just.
I agree.
Whenever is
Gardner Minshew,
is he elite? No. But is he good? Yes. He's never played with a team with this much talent before. Now we will find, can he raise his level of play? And the coach is sitting right over there telling him that I don't know who the quarterback coach is, but the quarterback coach saying, see right there? That's number 11. On this quick slant, just throw it to him.
Yeah.
You ain't got to be pretty. You see that guy that's going on that deep crossing route that Nate keep asking him to do for Turpin in Dallas? His name's Smith. Just lay it out over the top. He's going to be running free.
Yeah.
I'm being honest, bro.
Yeah.
That's if you stop. Now, don't even worry about it because first they got to stop my run. See, people they did not have to show us anything because they virtually came in and got us early in the game. So they didn't have to show nothing. That's what I'm telling people. Where we forcing stuff, they ain't forcing nothing. The better teams are if you are a good team, you ain't got to force nothing. You just do what it takes. You let the game dictate. And we didn't dictate that. Well, they barely beat us. We had Cooper Rush. Well, what? They didn't have to do nothing special, and they won the game.
I think for the Cowboys, there's two things that stick out to me from that first meeting, and it was my topic of discussion when we came back in here after that game. And I know all people say, well, we didn't have Dak Prescott, and so we'll see what happens when we have Dak Prescott and so on and so forth. And I get it, and you have a valid excuse. But there were points in time in that football game. There were two possessions in that first football game. I think the one came right before halftime where they ran the ball 7 or 8 straight times and went down and scored. And then there was another moment in the third quarter where the Cowboys were trying to make a surge to come back, and it was like, oh, here we go. And Philly said 11 straight times. We ran the ball 11 straight times, and there was nothing that you could do to stop it. I know people are like, and I remember telling people, I said, those two I will not forget because that's playoff man football. That's when I need to impose my will, I'm going to. Yeah. And there was those two drives that has never left my head, and I watched them the other night, and I was like, boy, and it was inside, it was outside. It was Sanders. It was the quarterback. Now get it. He won't be playing, so that takes some of that away. But it was in that moment that they said,
Scott, man, gonna fill that role.
They said 11.
Wasn't Lane Johnson out by then?
And Lane Johnson was out by then.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, this is going to be a very interesting game. The Cowboys, again, have to bring their...
We have no Van Der Esch.
Nope.
We have no Hankins.
Nope.
And now that we was getting still, people was getting us, but we have started finding ways to hold them down to 3 or to get off the field sometime. But now with those two guys not going, the way they are set up, you cannot commit to anything. Like on first downs, people can come up. They're coming up. They bring an extra guy in the box, right?
Mm-hmm.
What you do on their first down? You can't leave that. You can't leave that. You can't leave that go. You finna put somebody in the box and leave somebody out there on Brown? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So you don't want to turn them into throwing on first down. So what do? You can't commit. You got to play straight up and lean somebody over at that other corner. What if Nashawn don't do what we need him to do? This kid got to come play big boy football right now. It ain't no amping up, ramping up. He got to come play football.
Maybe it's time to see some of these new guys with Mullins or
Sheffield.
You think that'll happen, Jess, with Mullins and Sheffield?
Tack McKinley, maybe, any of these new guys.
I think the Cowboys will begin to that reach. It'll begin like, let's just see what they got. Like at this point in time, it's like, hey, what else? We know what we got with these guys. Yeah. And it ain't working. So let's try to go the opposite way. All right, we'll take our last break of the show. We'll come back. We'll talk about some new additions to the Cowboys. Will T.Y. Hilton get his first chance at action in the Cowboys uniform? How much will he help? The Cowboys have 2 750-yard-plus rushers on this football team. Will those guys be the catalyst for the Cowboys winning this football game? And then we'll give our keys to the game and predictions, and we'll get out of here.
I ain't giving up my keys, man. I'm driving. You give up your keys. Philly took them last time.
We had to Uber home after that one. All right, man. This is Hangin with the Boys. We'll be right back.
Hey, Cowboys fans, ready to spice up your next watch party? Bring Yo Quiero guacamole and be the game day hero. Yo Quiero means I want, and we know you want great, fresh-tasting, ready-to-serve guacamole for your home gating and tailgating events. Made with real avocados and the perfect blend of spices, it will be the star of any party. You can find us at your local Albertsons or Tom Thumb in the deli section. If you can't find it, talk to your store manager and tell them, Yo Quiero guacamole.
SeatGeek has your back no matter what kind of Cowboys fan you are. So whether you're a diehard fan or a don't really care fan, a we got 'em next time fan or we'll never win again fan, a here for the tailgate fan or a first one through the gates fan, SeatGeek not only makes buying and selling tickets easier than ever before, they made just about everything else easier too. So whether you're a here every week fan or haven't been here in years fan, SeatGeek has you covered. Download the SeatGeek app today. SeatGeek, your ticket to great Dallas Cowboys seats.
I'm Dak Prescott, quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys. Blockchain.com is one of the most trusted ways to buy, sell, and trade crypto. Whether you're always on the go or stay closer to home, Blockchain.com is just a few taps away. Put the power of crypto in your pocket, so no matter where you are, you can trade on your terms and build a crypto portfolio to fit your life. For crypto pros, rookies, and anyone in between, Blockchain.com makes it easy to own a piece of the future. Blockchain.com, trusted by millions, trusted by America's team.
Hey, Cowboys fans, if you're thinking about attending a game this season, visit cowboystravel.com to book your travel package today. Stay at the team hotel, have dinner with a Cowboys legend, and experience AT&T Stadium's exclusive VIP Owners Club. Also, tour the Star, get autographs from your favorite players, and talk X's and O's with me, Mickey Spagnola. The official travel partner of the Dallas Cowboys will take care of all your travel needs. Visit cowboystravel.com.
Back to Hangin' with the Boys.
Welcome back to Hangin' with the Boys on this Christmas edition of it. We kind of all got the Christmas colors going on. There's a little bit of gray in Christmas.
right.
Why you threw that? That's a little bit.
It's a little bit of gray.
Cloudy. I'm the snowstorm.
The abominable snow Kurt. And we got
abominable snow Kurt.
Wow, you just threw that at him like that. Wow. Chris, are you coming in so Kurt can see your colors?
No, he's fine.
I'll pull up my camera.
Okay,
let's see.
Let's see. Camera,
He had blue on.
Put your pants back on. You gonna pull your camera up? All right, cool. Anyway.
There you go. Yeah.
There you go. Yeah, he's got some color.
Got a little fleece. Got a little fleece action going on.
There you go.
Yeah. All right.
That's what a sniper wear.
Yeah. Camouflage.
Yeah.
Blend in with the rest of the people.
Yeah.
All right.
Cowboys getting ready to show down with the Philadelphia Eagles Saturday at 3:25 at AT&T Stadium. T.Y. Hilton, the addition that the Cowboys got 2 weeks ago, it seems. You know, we thought we were getting Odell. Couldn't get Odell, so we said we'll take the other old guy.
Sure.
We'll take the other old guy without an injury, who's had previous injuries, and ramp him up and amp him up. And now T.Y. Hilton. And it's funny because you have a game and you go into a game and you lose a game because one of the guys who you thought were going to be a piece drops the ball, hits his arm, and it's intercepted. And so guys like T.Y. Hilton are brought in for that very reason. Nate, how much time, play-wise, 10, 15, 20, 25 plays, do you think T.Y. Hilton gets? And what level of the significance will he be to help this offense?
If he's active, I'm not. He's got to give me 25 snaps, and I'm gonna give him 6 targets. Because anything else, you might as well just. If you're not gonna do it like that, you're just gonna put him out there because we still in a prove-it league. You know, is T.Y. still that dude that can get downfield like he used to? Is he still got these hands? If he just run out there and do a jet sweep, you ain't did nothing even fool me.
Yeah.
So if you ain't going to give him the ball or let him get down that field a couple of times or do something over 15 yards, you got other guys can do that. We need to see, can he get up? He needs 25 snaps, and we need to see, can he get downfield? And we got to give him a chance because if we don't, they going to have 8 guys up there. They're going to bring an extra guy up in the box. That's what they're going to play us for.
All right, so Kurt, insert T.Y. Hilton. And to Nate's point, hey, get this guy going. Let's get things happening down the field. Well, Dak Prescott, who's become the guy who said, I'm going to continue to be aggressive.
Okay.
Despite what is happening to me. Does Dak feel that level of comfortability that he goes, I know I've thrown 11 interceptions in the last 8 games or whatever it may be, so I'm going to take those shots at T.Y. Hilton? Or does Dak go back to that conservative Dak and try not to make those turnovers?
I think I would rather see him be a little bit more conservative. And, you know, the aggression, we've talked about it before. It's a fine line between aggressive and reckless.
Yes.
Right.
And he's pushed that envelope a little bit. And against a team like this, you can't afford turnovers. And so, I mean, to have Hilton, you've got to see what Hilton can bring you. I definitely want to get him involved. But I would like to see them go back to playing for the defense, being a little more complimentary.
Okay. When you're the outside receiver, what's the furthest you try to have 5 yards inside the out of bounds. You try to be at least 5 yards when you're running your route to get a quarterback something to throw to, right?
Yeah, and most of the time when you have those routes, your numbers +2.
Numbers +2.
Yeah.
Okay, I need your numbers +2. I need for you to take off. Give your quarterback some space so if that thing don't hit you, it hits that out of bounds. If we don't use this dude, why are they going to back up? Their corners ain't backed up yet on us.
Yeah.
Their safeties are crowding.
Is using this dude, is this 1 or 2 shots a game? I mean, how are you working?
You got to give him something every quarter.
Okay.
You got to give him something every quarter. Because if you're just going to keep it like it is, just go to your tight ends more.
But how do you balance that with being? Because I mean, you've said it before. You got to be complimentary. You can't turn the ball over.
And I'm being complimentary. I'm being complimentary because these guys are going to bring an extra guy up. They're going to bring an extra guy. Now, I don't know which one the safeties there, but they're going to bring a guy. They ain't scared of number one thing. That's the running game. They ain't scared of our passing game because we ain't stretched the field. That's why I've been saying this little Turpin dude who's good enough for the Pro Bowl, he ain't good enough to stretch our field because people don't believe he can beat the one-on-one coverage. Well, you sit that boy out there and let him do that, because if he's not going to do that, if he's going to be dragging across 5 and 10 yards like everybody else, you ain't doing nothing.
Yep. I think with Dak as well, like Dak he's doubled down on this I'm going to stay aggressive thing so he can't come off of it. Because anything off of at least him vocalizing it. Yeah. Anything that comes off of, because you didn't triple down on this. This has been a couple of weeks now. You didn't say the same thing. I'm going to continue to be aggressive. I'm going to continue to be aggressive. I'm going to continue to be aggressive. So now if you come out your mouth and you go, I'm not going to be aggressive anymore, they're going to say, oh, well, so it was a problem. Yeah. So it was an issue. You were being too. So I think Dak has kind of, he's stuck his foot all the way up in this I'm going to be aggressive thing. And now he can't back off of it. So he can't back off of it verbally. He can't come out into the media and say, I'm going to be less aggressive. He has to kind of almost, as the young people say, keep that same energy.
What is the only thing we're missing? We got a run game, got some decent tight ends, got a mid-range to short game. The only thing we've been missing all year. That's why this guy Odell would never go away, because that one big spectacular play. Mm. And if this guy can give us that, I'm talking about 5 plays out of 70. You can draw up that, coach. You can draw up that.
Yeah, just don't draw it up on 3rd down and 10 with the game on the line when we actually need you to run. When everybody knows that you're going to do this thing.
Why are you doing that?
Because you're implying and asking a coach who has struggled in drawing things up in a timely fashion, in a manner in which it can be conducive and productive to the team's overall outcome. You're asking that dude to draw up stuff.
He can do it.
Okay. All right, cool. That's fine with me. We'll see. Sure. I'm not going to argue. I'm not going to argue.
Stop.
If you say he can do it.
You're being mean.
No, I'm saying if you say he can
Santa.
do it. No, we are agreeing to disagree.
You're being mean, Santa.
That is how 2 mature adults handle this.
Curtis, Santa being mean.
Well, he's a little testy.
Santa has a naughty list and a nice list. Santa has a can do and cannot do list. I'm just saying the guy that you talk about might be on that other list.
I ain't talking about Prancer Dance. I'm talking about the greatest reindeer of them all, T.Y.
Well, I don't know about that one. The guy calling the plays got a shiny nose, and he won't play in these reindeer games. All right, let's get our keys to the game. Let's get our predictions and let's get our scores in. We got about 3 minutes. I saw Barry Church. Hey, Church, if you're outside, come in, Church. I want to ask him a question from a perspective from the safety position. All right. But while is he out there?
If Barry Church show up, sweetheart, tell him to come in. He's a bald-headed dude.
Okay, so Kurt, give me your keys to the game and give me your prediction.
Well, they just can't turn the ball over this time. They can't afford the lulls, these shutdowns where they just have go through this gap where everything just won't work. They can't have that against this team, even if Hurts doesn't play. They're too good everywhere else. So, still with that, they just haven't shown me in the last 3 weeks that they can play, that they can beat a team like the Eagles. So I think it'll be close, but I'm not hopeful. I'm saying like 24-21.
Dallas.
No. My gray is
it is close to green, so we know what it is. Wow.
Your keys to the game?
Out of 55 sacks, their front 7 has 46 of them. Play musical alignment if you want this week. Play musical alignment if you want this week. You better get in there and establish yourself and show people who you are and be a unit and stay together. And Dak, I ain't never had a problem with your aggressiveness. Jesse have said it, other guys have said it. It's your decision making that's killing us, not your aggressiveness. It's your decision making.
Score.
Oh, Cowboys definitely gonna whoop this boy. We're going to beat the brakes off these dudes.
Ooh, all right. Win by 3?
Give us a score.
21-20.
Give us
21-20.
21-20 who?
The Dallas Cowboys.
Jerry? Michael? Nate?
The Dallas Cowboys.
I think you all hit on 2 really good points. Of course, you always want to win the turnover battle. Like giving the ball away, you lose possessions, you give teams opportunities of short fields, and you give them more opportunities to score points on you. Another great point by you, this whole musical chair things in the offensive line. Peters and Tyron, or Tyron and Peters, and you're trying to move these things around. You better worry about number 73 over there as well, because he's struggling at times. Yeah. Tyler Smith at times he has his moments.
The league is starting to get him. You know, he
has his moments, and when you go up and down this defensive front for the Eagles. There is no let off. No, there's Graham, there's Sweat, there's Cox, there's Jordan. You name them. Like
Graham 8.5,
Sweat
9.5,
Cox
6,
Jordan Davis.
He just playing.
Who's the other one? Hargrave
10,
Hassan Reddick
12.
Yeah. So when you go and you look across that, there is no breath.
Yeah.
There is no. Whew. Oh no!
And they like running games too. That's what scares me when you do the offensive line, when they run games.
That is the point where I look at for this Cowboy team. They got to be better up front. Philly is just playing at a different speed, at a different level right now. The Cowboys are dealing with injury, sickness. There's a lot of questions defensively, questions at the receiver position. There's too many question marks from me at this juncture of the year. To be late December, there's still so many question marks that Philadelphia just does not have. Gardner Minshew may be the determining factor of how the Cowboys get in there and win this football game because of his inexperience and maybe not being the prototypical person to run this offense or run the offense in which it's supposed to be run. Mike has said that the Philadelphia Eagles have a system. And if Gardner Minshew can fit into that system and just drive that bus. I told you guys before, a bus driver is important. A bus driver put your kids on that bus for their kids to get to school. Yeah. So getting them to school and getting them back home is important. I think Philadelphia just has way too many boxes checked off that the Cowboys don't at this point in time of the year. I'm going to go Philadelphia 28, Cowboys 17.
30. Say what? Cowboys 30.
Philadelphia 28, Cowboys 17. 35. And then we'll come back. I wanted to talk to Barry Church.
Yeah.
Come in, Barry Church. You can come in too, New, if you want.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask one question. Come on, get on the mic. Yeah. I wanted to ask one question for the fans from the defensive level. You played the safety position. What the Cowboys are doing in their secondary, they're struggling at that left corner. Right? Now, they usually play that cover 3 type of situation with that one guy closer to the box to stop the run.
Yep.
How can they put something together where they're getting now a safety over there to help against guys like Devontae Smith and A.J. Brown and such, but still be able to support the run game?
See, I would say go to that cover 4 system because your safeties are still kind of close to the line of scrimmage, but being as though the secondary is so young in some aspects, that cover 4 can be difficult to understand because you gotta switch off routes. You gotta let cats, if they get past a certain point, you gotta pass the route off, and that's a hard thing for a young guy to do. So to me, this is all about letting Diggs be that guy. If Diggs is supposed to be that guy, I'm locking him up and saying, look, you got to lock this man up. It is your responsibility to make sure you limit A.J. Brown because I don't want anybody else on him. I don't want Kelvin Joseph. I don't want Bland, anybody else on A.J. Brown up there. So I would have him lock up. You supposed to be that guy. Lock that man up. And then I would shade that other safety over towards my younger DB. So Bland and Kelvin Joseph, I would shade that safety over that way so you can still keep that box safety in there to disrupt the run. But to me, it only works if Diggs is able to limit A.J. Brown. If he can't limit A.J. Brown, then the whole system goes to trash.
All right. There you have it. That's coming from
42, man.
That's coming from the church. Now, when the church say it, it's Bible.
It's amen.
Let's all say amen. Hey, fellas, appreciate you, church.
Appreciate you,
Nate, Kurt, we appreciate you guys, man. And most importantly, we appreciate you. So
happy birthday, Kelly Collins.
Yeah.
Oh, happy birthday to you. Yeah. Shout out to my boy, J Dubs, who just had surgery today. He's recovering. We just thank you all, man. This is
cold.
This is the season of giving. Make sure you're spending your time with your people, man. Love on one another because that clock is ticking. You never know when someone's going to be away from us. We're not permanent here. We're temporarily alone, and God will call us home one day. Merry Christmas to you all.
Merry Christmas.
For Nate, for Kurt, for Chris, for Audio Jazz, I'm Jesse Holly. This is Hanging with the Boys.
Bro Will, I ain't forget you.
Bro Willie, this is Hanging with the Boys. We out.
This has been a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about this, Cowboys?